two brothers kill each other in battle for the throne of Thebes. The new king buries one with full honors and condemns the other to rot, unburied, food for dogs and birds. Then a girl walks out of the city at dawn, kneels beside her brother's body, and covers it with 3 handfuls of dust. For that, not a tomb, not a shovel, dust. The king sentences her to be buried alive. And by the end of the play, that king's son and wife have killed themselves, and the question the play leaves behind is, who was the criminal? This is Sophocles Antigone, the oldest argument about conscience ever staged, and the patron saint of everyone who has ever said no to a law. Sophocles staged Antigone in Athens around 441 BCE, and here's the twist. He wrote it before Oedipus Rex, even though in the story it comes after. Athens was a democracy arguing about the limits of its own power, and the play landed like a political event. The premise picks up where the Oedipus story ends. Oedipus is gone. His sons, Eteocles and Polyneices, have just killed each other in a war for the city. Their uncle Creon takes the throne, a new ruler, determined to prove that order is sacred. His first decree, Eteocles, who defended the city, gets a hero's funeral. Polyneices, who marched against it, gets nothing. No grave, no mourning. Anyone who buries him dies by public execution. The stakes are this small and this enormous. 1 corpse, 1 law, and 1 girl who has already made up her mind. Antigone's goal is simple, and to her, absolute. Her brother gets buried. Not because Polyneices was good, he burned their city, but because the gods' unwritten law is older than any king's decree, and the dead are owed their rights. Her antagonist is Creon, and here is the play's genius. He isn't a monster, he's a statesman. She asks her sister Ismene for help. Ismene refuses. They are women, she says. They cannot fight with men. Their family has suffered enough. Father, mother, 2 brothers, all destroyed. Be careful. Antigone answers, "Go your way. I will bury him. If I die for it, what happiness." She does it at dawn, a handful of dust, poured 3 times, the bare minimum of burial. The guards, terrified, draw lots for who must tell the king. Creon hears the news and smells conspiracy. He threatens the guards with death unless they produce the culprit. Then comes the storm. Literally, a dust storm sweeps the plain, and when it clears, the sentries catch a girl standing over the body, weeping, pouring dust again, making the offerings to the dead. She fights them all the way to the palace, and when Creon asks if she knew the decree, she doesn't deny it. She glories in it. What follows is one of the great confrontations in literature. Creon asks, were the gods' laws really equal for both brothers? Antigone answers that Zeus did not write Creon's decree, nor justice in the underworld, and that no mortal proclamation can outrank the unwritten, unfailing laws of the gods, which were not made for today or yesterday, but forever. Then she says the line the whole play turns on, "I was born to join in love, not in hate." Ismene is dragged in and tries to claim the crime too, to die with her sister. Antigone refuses her. "You chose to live, I chose to die." Creon calls them both mad, frees Ismene, and passes Antigone's sentence. She will be sealed in a rock-cut tomb with just enough food to keep the city free of pollution, buried alive. His son Haemon, Antigone's fiancé, comes to plead. First respectfully, "Father, you are right, I am yours." Then the truth. The whole city mourns for her. Creon bristles. "Am I to rule by another's judgment?" Haemon answers, "There is no city that belongs to one man." Creon orders Antigone taken away to die. Haemon walks out with a promise, "You will never see my face again." Last comes Tiresias, the blind prophet from the previous episode, who sees what kings cannot. The city's altars are polluted with carrion. The gods reject every sacrifice. "Yield," he says. It is no weakness to give way when the dead are concerned. Creon accuses him of taking bribes, and Tiresias leaves him with the sentence that breaks him, "A corpse for a corpse. A child of your own loins dead before his time." The chorus is afraid. Creon finally bends. It is hard to yield, but worse to fight necessity. He takes his own men and goes to bury Polyneices with his own hands, then to open the tomb. He is too late. The messenger arrives to tell the palace what happened at the tomb. Antigone had hanged herself with her own veil. Haemon had reached her first. He lay embracing her body, weeping, his marriage consummated in a house of death. When Creon called to him to come out, Haemon turned, spat in his father's face, and drew his sword. Creon leapt back, and Haemon turned the blade on himself, dying with his arms around her. Back at the palace, Creon's wife, Eurydice, heard every word. She stabbed herself at the family hearth, cursing Creon with her last breath as the murderer of her children. Creon returns carrying his son's body in his own arms, and the second blow lands. He begs to be led away. I am nothing. I have no life. And here is why the tragedy had to happen. Creon is right that a city needs order, and catastrophically wrong about what order is for. He buries the living girl in a tomb, and leaves the dead man above ground. He crosses the two worlds, so he loses both. His flaw isn't cruelty. It's certainty, the reasonable man who cannot bend until everything he loves is broken. And Antigone? She wins the argument. She just doesn't live long enough to hear it. So why does a 24th-century-old play about a burial still burn this hot? Because Antigone is where civil disobedience was born. Every time someone breaks a law and says a higher law commands it, Thoreau in his jail cell, King in Birmingham, the quiet objectors of every occupied country, they are speaking Antigone's language. The play's question is still the question in every headline. When does obedience become complicity? And it asks a second, quieter, brutally modern question. Who is allowed to be mourned? From war cemeteries to unnamed graves at borders, the politics of burial is still the politics of power. Antigone's answer has not aged one day. Mourning is not a privilege the state grants. It is a duty the state must respect. And Creon's lesson lands everywhere, in governments, in offices, in comment sections. Certainty without listening is just violence with paperwork. The chorus closes the play with the verdict of the ages. Wisdom is the first condition of happiness, and pride is always struck down to teach it wisdom in old age. So here's my question, and it's the one scholars have argued for 24 centuries. Who was right? Antigone, who broke the law for her brother, or Creon, who defended the city against treason? Take your side in the comments. I read all of them. And next time on Old and New, we leave Greece for Rome, and a city built on a broken heart. Virgil's Aeneid. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Until then, keep reading the old in the new.